Hello. Hi. Hello. Welcome back. Alright, let's go to the Earth Cave. I think it's interesting, and perhaps somewhat telling. It's very clear they didn't put very much effort into naming the actual world or planet that these games exist in until, like, I was looking at the list, and I don't think any of them have, like, really strongly thematic names until, like, 9. Technically, I think the planet has a name in 4. Seven is the planet for the whole game. In fact, yes. I saw some people on Reddit arguing that in, like, Advent Children or something, they do refer to it as Gaia. So that might count. This is the wrong way. Or is it? Now I'm confused. I don't remember where I'm going. So in 4, the planet is referred to as Blue Planet. But specifically, it is referred to as Blue Planet by Lunarians who are, like, off the planet. Yeah, okay. I don't remember now. That's the Titan's Cave. We went through it to get the rod to go back into the Earth Cave to open the thing behind the vampire. We're good. I just had to remember which cave was which. Hey, there's certainly an argument to be made there that Square was just kind of winging it. But I think the bigger part of it is just, like, in the early days, these were pretty straightforward, like, medieval-styled fantasy games. So the lore, like, the more, like, micro locations were the ones that mattered. We don't go to space until 4, that I'm aware of. So there just wasn't that much emphasis put on, like, naming locations on a cosmic scale. People frequently refer to the world in 1 as Corneria just because that's the starting kingdom. Gonna do it! Why are there green snakes now? Oh. Oh, that did real damage. Okay. I don't have any idea what happens, like, when in this game we get class changes. So that's the professional wrestler known as the Ultimate Warrior, but they colored it green. That's all that is, and you can't convince me otherwise. Ow! So not only did we have to go back to Earth Cave, but they just prepared a whole new swath of enemies for us to fight when we get there. But also some classics. You're up, Vive. That didn't go as well as I had hoped. Of course, the one that's left gets a poison in. Don't scream at me. Alright, this is going well so far. Move, bat. I'm not going in that... Not going in that room. I could care less. That's too many goddamn gargoyles. Eh. Okay. I mean, at least the tank drew most of the aggro. Those guys hit hard, so if they gotta hit anybody hard, I'm glad it's the beef. Okay, that should still be okay, I think, maybe. Okay. Oh, hey, hello, hello! I'm not accustomed to that particular alert being that loud. But it did scare me real good. Yeah, just run it. How are you doing, Evan? The new digs are outstanding, and I couldn't be happier. We got a letter in the mail about a week ago about how, in approximately a month, we will be, automatically enrolled in, national healthcare, the national healthcare plan. For about $100 a month, and then all of our health needs will be covered from then on out. I know, it's crazy to think about, but it does, like, effective health insurance does exist. It can be done. I know it can be difficult. You know, the United States is like a third world country that doesn't necessarily have the resources of an international powerhouse like South Korea. So maybe it's privileged to think that they could, you know, enact public services on the same level. But there is a blueprint for it if, you know, at some point... You know, if at some point the U.S. could, like, you know, recover. Okay. So we're through here. And then there's... Ice Tube. I don't want to take a crap ton of damage just because I... Okay. Okay. No, this is fine. Yeah, this works out. Also, I mentioned this in Discord, but just last week, I read an article about how the visa plan that we're on has been really successful. And so they're going to extend the maximum stay period from 2 years to 3 years. And they're looking into pathways to permanent residency. Because immigration is good for the economy and shit. Wait, all we had to do is break it? I mean, what we were gonna do initially is ride out the 2 years and then find a different visa to get on. Sorry, I was moving a cord. So we were like, this is the start, and then the goal is once you have been in the country for 5 years, then you can actually apply for permanent residency in what would essentially be the Korean equivalent of a green card. So we were like, we'll do the you know, digital nomad visa for the maximum amount of time. And then we'll just kind of like get up to 5 years with some other visas. And we had a bunch of plans in place for what to do after that, which I won't go into detail on because it would be the entire stream. But now it seems we may not have to do all of that cobbling together of secondary visas and everything. We might just be able to ride this one out into permanent residency rather than, you know, enroll as a student or something like that. Okay, I'm scared of what we're gonna find down here. I don't know why I'm casting that. That's... well... test it for effectiveness, I guess. Please, nobody petrify me. Actually, you can paralyze me if you want, comparatively speaking. Ooh! That was effective! Surprisingly so. No? Okay. Finish it. Alright. We made it out of there. We are okay. Oh, man. That's a decent chunk of money. Why? They're just throwing shit around in there. Please don't hit me, 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 please don't hit me. He hit me. Twice. Well, one of them missed. Please don't hit me again. Okay. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. What the hell? At least that's new and interesting. You know what? I think it's time for Heal 2. Oh, that's very effective. I mean, it's a high spell slot, but I think that was very worth it. Try Ice 2. Nice! Excellent! That's... okay, so it's literally all just money. They really trapped both of the spots. Like, really? The one above it and the one to the right of it? For what? Alright, how we doing? Just a little... I really appreciate... I was gonna call that a top-up, but it's really not. She's at like 50%. Jesus Christ. Please get this one out before shit starts popping off. Yes, okay. Let's go. Are you for real right now? That's helpful. I don't know where I'm going. This is acceptable. I'm just gonna go to the left. How is there so much up here? Alright, I did bring softs with me. So while scary, it would not be ruinous if we did end up petrified. That being said, I think we only brought like 5. Ooh. No. No. Gray imps? Here? Now? I think because Vivi and Rosa miss so much with their physical attacks, at this point in the game, I think that Vivi's level 1 magic is basically just a way to guarantee that you get a hit in. At approximately the same level of damage that he would do with just like a regular swing. And, like, you might as well, because those level 1 spells are totally useless at this point. Oh, shit. I really thought that was gonna let me out. I don't know why I thought that, because in retrospect, they were clearly stairs going down. Good. Just keep the hits in the top half of the party, please. If we can do that, we'll be fine. Perfect. Excellent. Couldn't be happier with that outcome. Alright, bat. Oh shit! The time has come. There's one elemental fiend in this game that I'm aware of, and it's Carrie. And I don't think this is that, because why would Carrie the Fire Fiend be in the Earth Cave? Oh, Lich! Of course! I do remember Lich. Not like how to fight it or what it does or anything, but its existence. It's good art. It's good art. You can't say it's not good art. Wow, the buffs went in first for once. Oh, shit! Why? Hold on. Why? I mean, fuck it, man. Oh. Alright. Nah, we're gonna use these. Because I want to save the spell slots for now. Oh! Shit! Really? I wasn't expecting them to allow that. Is the image wobble part of the CRT displayed? I'm assuming it is because it started happening when I turned those settings on. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I feel like that kind of makes sense. Maybe the game used to look kind of like this. But realistically, I was just like, okay, no, I'm done. I'm done messing with settings now. I don't care that much about this. I was really expecting Lich to have, I don't know, like, maybe 1,000 hit points. That felt like 500 maybe. Oh. Now that makes sense. Just a full glass cannon boss. Technically not a DPS race in the strictest sense, but similar energy. Holy hell, we have 54,000 gold. Which feels like a lot now, and I realize soon won't be. Wasn't there stuff at the armor shop here that I was like, ooh, it'd be nice to have, but that's way too rich for my blood right now? Yeah, there was! Wow, this game really allows you to just sell shit right off your character's bodies. Like, this is equipped. In that case... Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, I'm holding all these weapons I'm not going to use, too. I have the numbers in front of me. The steel armor does significantly more damage absorption, but it's heavier, so Beef will never dodge an attack ever again. But that wasn't really his damage mitigation technique anyway, so I don't mind. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, so the silver armor has an absorb rating of 18, and it does -8 to evade. To evade percent. So 18 -8. All of the armors have a negative value for evasion. So it's essentially a weight. And it's very clearly like the heavier armors are doing more negative to evasion. So the values for silver armor are 18 absorb, -8 evade. The steel armor is 34 absorb, which is almost twice as much, but -33 evade percentage, which is the highest in the game. So, Beef is essentially just a walking brick now. A walking steel brick. It concerns me that the dragon and coral swords sell for more than the silver sword. However, they both have a damage rating of 19, and the silver sword has 23. And their thing is they're supposed to work against particular types of enemies, but they don't? Because games broke? So we're selling them. Oh yeah, you're not using either of those. Obviously. Hey, you are actually using the power staff. Tell me they were just... Tell me they were just winging the sale prices without telling me they were just winging the sale prices. Yeah, this one, fuck it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who gives a shit? Alright, that worked out okay. I spent most of my money, but then made a bunch of it back. I know I already did that, but I wanted to save the sales and everything. Alright, I assume now we just sail until we find some place to go. Feels like we've more or less hit the majority of points of interest on the southern continent, so let's go north. It really is impressive. It really is truly impressive. It has that, like, it has that classic NES feeling of, like, they were ambitious and had a lot of good ideas of how they wanted things to work and did not actually have the chops to figure out how to make it behave that way in practice. But the thought was there. 100% the thought was like... Okay, so we tanked Beef's dodge rating, and then he immediately dodged 2 attacks. Ooh, you know what, though? This is really interesting. Because his damage absorption is so high now, I actually kind of wonder, are they actually missing in terms of, like, evasion? Or are they getting thacoed to oblivion? I think I'm using the THACO, like, acronym correctly. I know what it stands for, but I don't know how, like, exactly it works in practice. My assumption has always been, like, it's about whether or not you can penetrate armor when you hit. Oh boy. Could we stop? Could anyone get a turn, please? Oh, okay. No, you know what? That makes sense. Literally, how high do I have to roll to hit armor class 0? No, yeah, tracks. Well, regardless. In terms of Beef at this point, especially fighting lower class enemies, his evasion is tanked to shit. So I wonder if, like... I think in a lot of games, they would probably set the damage resistance at, like, okay, you're gonna do 1 damage, and that's, like, the minimum. Fire Emblem doesn't do that. Fire Emblem's like, fuck you, no damage. You can't penetrate the armor. Like, you literally cannot do anything to this. But most of the time, it's like, alright, you get 1 damage as a treat. But I do genuinely wonder if this game is doing that, or if it's, like, it doesn't have the means to display 0 damage, so it's just calling it a miss. Certainly, 1 damage is being done on occasion. I mean, the other side of this is the armor kicks Beef's damage resistance down, or his evasion down 33%, but that does mean he still has 67% of it. So it's not like it's just gone entirely. It's just weird because it feels like he's dodging more now. That may also have something to do with fighting a bunch of trash tier enemies. And also, as I'm explaining this, I feel like he's gotten hit with like 7 attacks in a row, so maybe I'm overreacting to a small sample size. Okay, there's no place to port on this island. Or continent, as it were. To the east, then. Goodness, there is armor that gets stronger than this, but not by much. Probably should have gone the other way. Actually. All I really have to do to the eyeballs is make contact with them at all and they die. It's just that the actual making contact part is the most difficult. Ugh! Okay, that's where I thought I was. I'm gonna actually go up this way. I'm fairly certain that I saw a port somewhere on this continent. And I bypassed it because I was like, oh shit, that's not where I want to be right now. That would help. Come on! That's probably the next big thing. We need the canoe. I don't have the first idea how to get it or where to find it. But it would help us dock in areas where we otherwise cannot at this point. Hey, I know. What if I didn't feel like it? Oh, is it even about to matter? Oh, yeah, it is. This should work. Nothing on the ocean is particularly, like, dangerous from what I can tell. Unless there's just a point in the ocean or a random encounter that will just jump scare me and kick the shit out of me. Ugh. So, spending a few spells to speed things up is not the worst idea. Are you happy with your choices? Oh, good. That was actually maximally efficient. There's a town there too, damn it. I mean, all right. Where the fuck are we? Believe it or not, that's exactly where I thought we were. Just going through, like, the landforms and shit. That looked correct. I think it's kind of impressive how early in this game they give you a ship almost immediately. And usually having a vehicle means that you can go like a lot of places really quickly. Like, to put it simply, it means freedom. Right? Like, you have the ship. You can now move freely throughout the ocean, which means you can traverse a bunch of places. They do, honestly, an awesome job of limiting that. Like, they give you, like, there's a big expansive ocean for you to sail in, and yet there's not that many unique places to go. So they manage to give you that feeling of freedom without really affecting the game balance too much. They keep you contained without you feeling contained. Because, like, if you're anything like me, and I know I am, you get a ship or an airship or whatever traversal mechanic, the first thing you want to do is just take it around and find the most remote bullshit on the map and be like, ooh, what the hell is this? And then usually get your ass kicked the moment you land there. And hey, you know what? I think there's an element of fun to that too. I think it makes the world feel more alive when you kind of traverse and you see a place that is very obviously like, oh shit, I'm not supposed to be here. I don't really enjoy the feeling of like going through the game and steamrolling everything that I see. One of the better examples I can think of this is, like, when I'm walking around a field in Xenoblade Chronicles, and I see a monster walking, like, I'm, like, level 7, or 10, or something like that, and I see a monster walking around that is, like, 100 times my height, and it says level 85... that feeling is awesome. That feeling of like, oh shit, don't go near that thing. We will just die. Like, that's not a challenge, that's a death wish. and then coming back to it, like, 50 hours later, and being like, no, you know what? Fuck you. Giant King Kong ass gorilla. I got this. All right, I have floated around both of these islands and found nothing. Hell yeah, territorial Ropart. Holy shit, I forgot there's a new... Is this just Elfland? I think it's just Elfland, but I'm not used to sailing to it from the south. I legitimately forgot there's a new Xenoblade game, and I'm very excited. I don't think I'll stream it, though. As much as I love it, and as much as I'm excited to play it, this is totally Elfland. It's very difficult for me to justify streaming a 100-hour RPG that's not a Yakuza game. It's getting increasingly difficult for me to justify streaming a 100-hour RPG that is a Yakuza game. It's like, I would like to experience the story together, but the way that I like to play those games is very much me time. They're very much me time games. I do not approach those games in a way that is paced well, shall we say. I get very easily and very quickly sidetracked, and then I'm just going to be running around in a field picking up random items to complete a side quest that doesn't give me anything I'm going to use. And I'll spend 3 hours of a 3.5 hour stream doing that, and then get to the end of it and be like, well, we made no progress today. And then I'll feel bad about that instead of playing it offline and feeling really, really good about it. Nice. You know, this game does let you kind of wander into a high-level area early, but it's clearly a mistake. Hey! No, I get it. I get it, but in the year of our Lord 2026, it doesn't read well. Kill it with fire. Oh. Oh. Those are good numbers. You know what? There's a town in sight, so go nuts. Okay, so what Cooper Fox has taught us is that there are multiple ways to read that name, and all of them are bad. Legitimately would have rather they just call it Worm. Are you fucking kidding me? All right then, to the pits! Yeah, naturally. Ow! All things considered, that could have gone way worse. That could have gone way worse. Alright. Cure the poison. Get a couple of heals in. Yeah, you took some good shots. Get off the front row. I never want you there. Do you think that this town surrounded by rivers might have a way to traverse rivers? Yeah, I honestly think that, like, the real benefit of magic in this game, normally, I would say that the primary benefit of magic in most RPGs is, like, top-tier damage. Like, you're not gonna... Like, the way that you are first going to reach 9999 damage is by casting a really high-level spell on something that's weak to it, right? Because that's gonna scale the most the earliest. In this case... I think magic is the only way you can do multi-target. So it's really more for, like, sweeping encounters with a large number of enemies. Random pink-hair villager gave me a Ganbate. Okay. I want... Hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Yeah. None of these! Technically, the silver axe will hit for a little bit more damage than the sword, but it also misses more often, and I don't think that's a trade-off for 2 points of extra damage. Bucklers are usually equipable by... Yeah, oh. Nope. No mages with bucklers in this game. Iron. Okay, so we could do some upgrades here. Silver shield is good. Silver brace is good. Yeah, no, there's something. Because if there's something that I know for sure, it's that beef needs more beef. What happened? I didn't buy the brace? Or the gauntlets, rather? I must have missed a press. Oh, that's what I did. Or not. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. 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 It's all steel and silver. That's what we want. Now, what are we looking at for spells here? And more importantly, how much do they cost? Whoa! Oh, no, okay, 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 no. Okay. It's still expensive. But the 6 belongs to the level of the spell, not the price of the spell. Whew! Okay. That's fine. There's an invisible line between the 6 and the 2. I mean, it's way more than I can afford right now, but spells are always too much for me to afford. It was nice. I truly didn't expect it to last. And it didn't. I would have had enough to buy a lot of stuff in this town if I didn't burn 45,000 gold on a steel breastplate. But ever since I did that, beef has been completely indestructible, so I don't regret it at all. So as it turns out, the river town does not have... Jesus! The river town does not have Jesus. It did not specifically have a way to traverse rivers, but I still think it's going to be nearby. Worked out. Honestly, about as well as I could expect one of those encounters to go. Going up against 9 poison enemies and coming out with only 1 party member actually poisoned? Something important we missed in the river town. Okay, good, thank you. I kind of figured there had to be, but I was like, well, maybe there's like a cave or a castle or something nearby. Oh, wait! Hang on. There's only like 2 NPCs in the whole town. And one of them's just giving you encouragement, and the other one is sleeping. So I was like, there must be something I need to do to wake up the guy. It didn't occur to me that I may already have that thing in my inventory. Because it hasn't really come up. Okay, Damn! So it wasn't my fault I was facing the wall. Oh, I see. This actually goes over here. I see. There is something important here. We missed the cult. This statement doesn't dissuade my original assertion. Okay. Great job vanquishing the Earth Fiend. Now the Fire Fiend wakes. With his canoe, go to the volcano and defeat that fiend also. Once the orb shined with the power of Earth, Wind, Fire, Water, and Heart. The four fiends seized those powers. Yep, 4 powers. Each element's power focuses at its altar. Locate and crush the fiend. Place the orb on the altar. It guarded. 4 fiends are bent on the world's destruction. 200 years ago, the Fiend of Wind teamed with that of the water to destroy civilization. But civilization is already... The Earth Fiend caused the rot of our land. Not anymore! The Fire Fiend will burn everything up! As you restore light to the orbs, we will reveal more secrets. Please see us repeatedly. Only you can make the orb shine again. Gorgu Volcano! I remember this. 400 years ago, we lost control of the wind. 200 years later, we lost the water. Then earth and fire followed. The powers that bind this world are gone. That is very missable. That's a fucked up thing to find after paddling like 10 feet out into the river. And 2 of them. I mean, it has to work this way just because this is how, like, progression works in the video game. But there is something about the... There's something about the very idea of the river is significantly more dangerous than the ocean that just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know, there's like multiple castle towns. Hang on. Oh. That's a fun pull. Caribe has two main meanings. It refers to the Caribbean region and people, and is also a regional South American term for a piranha. I guess that's a good way to look at it. Like, as a geographical feature, a river is not more dangerous than an ocean. However, the wildlife in a river is pound for pound more dangerous than the wildlife in an ocean. That being said, yeah. No, I can kind of see it. Because if you're on the open seas in a large ship, first of all, most of the sea life is far enough down where it's like they don't give a shit about you. You are occupying like 1/1,000,000th of 1% of their space, and it's not the space that they care the most about. We've taken so much damage already, I don't feel like I can actually make an expedition here. Oh no. Really? That's good. I'll take that. I didn't get a chance to say it before everything started popping off, but I genuinely really like the canoe sprite. Miss. Also miss. I really like the canoe sprite because it doesn't look like it belongs in this video game. Like, it looks like they just pulled some random, like, Oregon Trail sprite. I'll take a one-shot. That's nice. I guess we're grinding? That wasn't really my intention. I was gonna go back to town and like, rest up, but then I was like, oh, well, I guess I could get into a few more fights before I do that, because I still have some resources to burn. But now they're, like, instead of anything difficult, they're throwing enemies at me with one... They're throwing encounters with one enemy at me. Like... Is it because I'm too close to town? No. The game is daring me to go back to town and reset my encounter RNG. That's what it is. At least I know this just loops around. Damn, I wasn't gonna pick up that spell, but it's arguably, like, the most effective healing spell I have. Is that an early Marlboro? It kind of looks like that's what that's supposed to be. It's doing poison pretty consistently. Alright, I think that's enough. The most important thing for me is I've gotten a better feel for, like, what enemies are actually around here. And how to handle them. So I feel okay about proceeding now. Also, just enough! Hold on. Do I even have a... I don't even have level 6 spell slots yet! So Exit is here. And I'm pretty sure not only do I not have a level 6 spell slot, but she can't learn it until class change. I'll grab it for later. Because if I have it installed and I hit a point where I like level up and then all of a sudden I have a level 6 spell slot, I'll be really happy that I, like, pre-installed that. Alright, here goes. Into the river maze. Ideally, we shouldn't take any damage here. For once, we actually have initiative. I was kind of enjoying how they were all just hitting beef. Oh, come on! Why can't you punch the fish better? Also, why are those fish worth fuck all for gold? There's whiff, there's another whiff. Ow! This feels not awful. Yeah, sorry, it has... Oh, no! I'm not complaining, but, like... Why are they running when they have initiative? Yeah, Final Fantasy 1 was 1987, so it turns 40 next year. Sorry, I don't make the rules. No, Ellipsis, I know it is, but it's weird when enemies do it. Missed stream and a half, how far are we? We just picked up a canoe. And we are getting our shit kicked in by snakes. Though, honestly, that was the case for the last couple of... That was the case for the last couple of streams as well. No, get off the front row. I don't care that you're not poisoned. So yeah, we did... Last stream was mostly us doing Earth Cave like twice. Once successfully, once significantly less so. This looks like a really good place to get just absolutely fucking destroyed. So naturally, I'm gonna hang out and wait for that to happen. It's not going to? No encounters in this desert? That scares me even more. Okay, something happens there later. Understood. That's my best guess. There has been some unexplained shit in this game that there is actually no reason for at all. Or rather, the reason it... Fuck. No! I mean, I'm not mad about it. Because, you know, like, I'll take the refresh. We've taken some pretty harsh damage, but just in terms of what this means for my overall just navigational ability, it hurts my soul a little bit. Wait, what? We do have a spell slot? Oh, let loose. God damn it. That's so fucking weak! I think it probably is. It's not that it's weak, it's just what I am most likely observing is just that the ice was particularly effective and was doing a damage multiplier, and the lightning isn't. Oh my god! Yeah, I've got 3 guides open on my other screen over here, so I'm not exactly dodging, like, mechanical spoilers. Yeah, just bonk him. No, you can. Specifically, the guides that I have open are for weapons, armor, and magic. Mostly because I'm aware that a bunch of them are bugged and don't work properly. And so I want to avoid spending money on shit that doesn't work. But the point is, if it's just something having to do with, like, the way the game operates, it's fine. This game is almost 40 years old. I don't care if you spoil it. Oh yeah, fixed damage. No, this is actually known. Yeah, we were talking about how, the... I'll grab a couple of these, actually. About how damage scaling actually helps physical attackers more because their damage scales up with their stats, whereas casters don't. In addition to there being a ton of spells and buffs and debuffs and things that also just do nothing. In fact, we were talking just a few minutes ago about how it seems the primary use of casters in this, like black magic, like attack casters, is to handle like AoE. I mean, in theory, the bugless NES version is Pixel Remaster. Though I'm sure that people don't necessarily feel that way. There's almost certainly a ROM hack that is like, we made everything work properly. The naming convention that I came up with was completely off the cuff, and there is zero consistency to it whatsoever. We called the fighter Beef because I wanted him to be beefy. We called the black belt Girl because it's a punch girl. And then I wanted a white mage and a black mage, and I didn't have good names for them, so I just took names from white and black mages from later on in the series. And that has, in fact, led us, because of the party positions, to have Team Beef Girl. Though sometimes Girl ends up in the front party, and then we get wiped. And then I forget what the, when we get wiped, it says, like, Girl Party terminated or something like that. And I'm like, oh no, not the Girl Party. Fuck! Let's throw one of these down. Of course you'd be poisoned! You know, half of the party would actually really like to care about intelligence stats. They're just not allowed to. And I suppose we can headcanon that that's because that the party is led by the Beef Girl faction. Oh, shit. In theory, if we put Vivi in the second position, you could do like a portmanteau. And then it would be like the Beef V party. Like the Beef V party. But if we did that, then Vivi would get his ass handed to him, and I don't want that. So, oh, okay, I think we found the volcano. That's good. Yes, I actually looked this up. It would take too long to explain, but I actually, like, was familiar with the term Caribe from a different thing. It means a couple different things. It refers to the Caribbean? Oh, it's just the same. It refers to the Caribbean and the people who live in the Caribbean. It also refers to, it also is a regional South American term for piranha. And apparently is a, apparently is also a species name. I don't know what we're looking at here, so let's just make sure we get one of them out. Oh, fuck! That's bad. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Believe it or not, I came somewhat prepared for this. Fucking one. You'll notice I didn't use any of my Cure 2s. The reason for that is because on level 3 is also a fire. And knowing that I was going into a volcano, that seemed really important. Is this gonna hurt me? Do I have to step into the lava and hurt myself? The flashing warning has never been more real. I think that under normal circumstances, I would also not give a single shit about resistance potions. Or spells, rather. Doesn't matter if I can't get it in and fast enough! Now would honestly be a great time for a heal. Oh, she got it in first! That's awesome! So we're gonna die here. But I saved right outside, so it's okay. The concept of an ogre that is also a wizard scares the living shit out of me. Kill it. Alright, cool. We've managed to go about 15 steps into this volcano. And we're totally fine. All we've done is just burn... Oh, god damn it. All we've done is burn all of our most important materials immediately. Yep, no more of those. It was literally just yesterday that I went to a town and I bought like 50 potions, 50 heal potions or so. I already have one of those. And I was like, yes, this should be enough. I'm almost relieved to see these. I have no reason to believe that this will work. However, it's actually fine. Okay, well, at least he got his hit in. Oh, we have to leave. After all that, you're not even gonna let me cash in XP? Literally taking a quarter of the XP away from me. Just to be an ass. Alright. We have activated the Beef V party. I don't care. Well, I care a little bit about that. I mean, that's gonna cover the potions, I guess. I knew it was coming. I wanted to defend against it. I'm just not allowed to. Nice. Fine. Actually, do I get more spellcast slots when I level up? No, not the ones I wanted. Oh, fuck, we have to walk over the fire again! Jesus Christ, this game is mean! Are you kidding me? We have one shot at this. And that's if we can run away before, like, 4 of them get their turns. Ridiculous! In fact, 4 of them did get their turns. I'm well aware that this may put us in, like, a nigh unwinnable situation. But eventually RNG will turn in our favor. Fuck. No, thank you. Can't take very many more of those crits, though. And we can just fight this, actually. Beef is about to have 5 levels on the rest of the party. No. God damn it. God damn it! We got a couple for this exact situation. I think this is it. Yeah, okay, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Woo! Okay. That was fun. Did everyone have fun? Yeah, I think there's something special about, like, the kind of pressure that gets placed on you to kind of, like, avoid catastrophe like that. It's definitely not something that the vast majority of people yearn for. And so I understand why a lot of that has been kind of, like, relegated out of modern game design, and I think that that's ultimately a good thing. But there definitely is still something special about that feeling just now of, like, oh my god, I have one party member alive, and I need them to just run away and tank the slings and arrows as we run back to town. It also puts a lot more emphasis on, like, hey, did you properly prepare for this adventure? Because just running into the volcano with no prep is a bad idea and you will all die. Like, this shit is dangerous. I'm so used to getting into games where you talk to everybody in town and you're like, this person and or place and or thing is extremely dangerous and no one ever survives. And you're just like, okay, yeah, you're telling me that's where I need to go next. Got it. And then you get there and it's like, yeah, it was totally fine, actually. Like, I prefer this experience of, like, oh my god, this volcano is bullshit. I'm getting my ass kicked. Oh my god, what do I do? to just like steamrolling it and then beating the boss in 2 turns and being kind of like underwhelmed. That'll do. Yeah, it's like when you get a warning that something is dangerous, what you actually hear is like, go there for progress. The actual part where they're saying it's dangerous, don't go there, doesn't click. You're just being given information about where you are in fact supposed to go. And here it's like, hey, so the fire fiend is in the volcano and you need to go there. And you're like, all right. And you get to the volcano. It's just like, oh, fuck, shit, ah! Let's reorder the entire party. That is actually fine. You know what? I don't want to buy all those potions again, so I'm gonna sleep at the inn again. Also, if I was class changed, then I could teach Rosa exit, and then we could just warp out of the dungeon instead of having to walk out the long way, which would be incredibly useful. But we're not, so we can't. To be completely honest with you, I was not even aware that physical and magic defense gained at separate rates. Considering how magic defense isn't a stat at all, or like magic attack rather, literally does not exist as a stat. I was kind of assuming the same would be true of defense. Jesus! I mean, these guys are kitted out as much as they possibly can. I literally can't give them more. I'll learn this route eventually. 2 dungeons between me and class change, and both are harder than the fucking... Okay. Fine. I forgot to reorganize the class, or the order. Fuck. At least it wasn't poison. Legitimately, just the other day, I had to take my entire keyboard apart and clean it. Which, frankly, was overdue. But it works so much better now. Granted, there's dog hair all over my house, so a lot of that gets kind of like wound up in the sensors and everything. Like, it wasn't just dust. It needed to be cleaned out. But, having gotten it out of there, I can say with confidence, highly recommended. I was actually having, like, a combination of issues. Some of the keys weren't registering properly, and some of them were, like... It didn't feel physically like they were sticking, but I would hit them once, and I would get, like, 3 key presses out of it. Cleaned it out, that shit stopped happening. Now, it did take like half a day, because I had to pull all of the keys off individually. And really, the best way to do it, I had to like pull all of the keys off at once. So then I had to like look at a picture on my phone to make sure that I was putting them back on in the right place. Yeah, I pulled everything out of there and found a bunch of like little hairs and dust clots just kind of like wound up in the key sensors. In the contacts, that's the word I'm looking for. And once I saw that, I was like, yeah, okay, that tracks. I think I understand what's happening here. I do also have a piece of software that helps to reduce the repeating thing. I think it's called a keyboard chattering fix. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay. Ow, 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 ow. So it's not that bad. It's, if I'm reading this correctly, I think it's 1 HP per step. Which is, honestly, I don't want to call it negligible, but that's manageable. I was honestly thinking I was going to come out the other side of this with, like, 0 HP. Of course. This won't work, but let's try it. Ineffective. Ineffective. No, I know. We've run into this already. We will not have the magic back if we, We will not have the magic back if we reload the save. I understand. I think we ran into this situation outside Earth Cave, actually. This is actually more dangerous. Yep, here it comes. Not gonna be enough. Oh. Okay, yeah, just do the... No, alright. Great timing. Love that for us, thanks. At least it did something. I mean, getting that in when we did was the difference in, like, a full party wipe and not. Hold on a sec, what? We used it. Jesus Christ. No fucking way. Really? Okay, that was a quirk I was not prepared for. Ineffective now. Still spent it, though. Ineffective now. Okay. Wow. Oh, is that also a D&D quirk? Right. Okay. I don't like it, but I understand it. I mean, I'm aware of a lot of the D&D inspiration, but I wasn't aware that that was one of the features. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought I used ice on these things before and it didn't work well. That's so bullshit. That room is fucking bait. I was really hopeful that would be enough. Might be trying to spell a kanji. Is the kanji death? No. Oh, fuck this. Oh my god, fuck this hallway! Like, I understand it, but I really don't want you to do it when you have, like, 10 HP left. I'm not going down those stairs. There's no joy to be had there. I think that, like, the thing I was maybe least prepared for and this happens a lot with old games. I'm critical of, like, well, no, that's not true. I'm not critical, I actually rather enjoy most of the time when modern games are kind of trolly. When the design is intentionally trolling you. Like giving you big, long, waste of time hallways or bullshit you couldn't have seen coming. I think that's fun. Usually. I don't think I really fully understood and appreciated the degree to which that is, like, a real thing from this era. Like, most of the time when that trolley type of, like, design happens now, it's kind of like the main feature of the game. And they call it classic style, but it's like, oh yeah, you're just putting a spin on it and being extra mean. And I guess I had somewhat forgotten the degree to which that is a real thing that happened in this era for real. For a level 2 spell, that's solid. So, I assume I'm gonna run into one of those on every single tile down here. I'm wrong? I mean, I'll take it. That's also fine. This might be a problem. I am well aware that this might kill me instantly, and we're gonna just try to go with it. Fast. No, that wasn't killing me instantly. It should be Gwyrm! That wasn't shit! Yeah, that's understandable. That's right. The green worm is gray. Reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. The goddamn worm is gray! Alright, so this is the only one we weren't able to pick up. It's definitely armor. I hate to do it because they'll sell for decent money. But I can't use any of these helmets anyway, so... And I sure as hell don't want to come back here. Was it this one? Same difference. Right. Yeah, but no, of course that would happen. Woo! Yeah, once again, got that in a little late. Couple of things about the fire elementals. First of all, I think that the actual, like, design and appearance of the elementals is cool as hell. Like, they absolutely cooked with those. 100%. Shit. Secondly, I feel like the fire elementals are not nearly as scary. I don't know why I thought that would work. I guess I just had to give it a go. Like, I feel like the earth elementals were hitting like freight trains, and the fire elementals are also tough, but they're like equally tough. Almost as if they balanced all of the elementals the same. That would be hilarious if that actually worked, and I don't expect it to, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Holy shit, that was a good hit. Okay, yeah! Well, that's pointless now. We silenced the green ogre, who wasn't gonna say anything anyway. We took the microphone from someone who was already mute. Okay. Now that I'm paying attention... Fire. Fire. But I should be able to get this in one turn, right? 20 damage is, you know, on my toughest and most defended fighter, obviously, but still manageable. Now, if we run into gargoyles, we're in significantly more trouble. Alternatively, something we haven't seen yet. Okay. I didn't expect it to work, but it kind of still did. All right. Where are we at? Everyone's still in triple digits. Probably not now. We made it out. Let's hit a cabin. Yeah, we gotta... To be safe, we gotta run back to town. This is gonna be a... This is gonna be a thing. I'm considering that a very successful run, because we went in there and looted all the stuff. And now we don't have to go down any of those side paths again. It turns out the road to the next floor is literally just a straight hallway. Nice. Yeah, we are definitely getting to the point where our Punch Girl's damage is actually outpacing the fighter. Defense isn't there. I love that for you, Beef. We have enough for a couple more spells. Speaking of spells. Okay. Yes, use fire against the things in water. I have no reason to believe this will work. And it doesn't. But at least now we know that logic actually prevails. So, which spells can I actually learn? Can't learn Exit, which is the one that I actually want. I think I'm going the right way. Could we not every time with this? Oh my god! Alright, it just got a little spooky. Burn the big spells. We need to get back safely. Okay, so Rub is our first available death spell. And I guess I don't know if it's gonna have a high enough effective rate to be actually worth using. Fuck it. Oh no, the party reordered because it... Oh no. I forgot about the poison. It's not really effective, but it's... Damn it, it's what we've got. I keep using Invisible. I've never actually seen anyone dodge an attack when they're under Invisible. And this is no different. Like, ever since I cast Invisible on her to increase her evasiveness, she has gotten hit with literally every single attack. And there's another one. So that makes sense to me, because I did feel like I was observing... I did feel like I was observing less damage being done. So it is like an actual effective, like damage mitigation strategy. Alright, let's go sell all that stuff we found in the dungeon, because we already have a version of all of them equipped. You sell the silver helmet you're not gonna wear. And you sell the silver shield you're not gonna wear. And you sell the silver gauntlet you're not gonna wear. With the proceeds, we will purchase spells we won't use. You know, I could. What do you think? Game Facts Guide from 2003. Really shouldn't bother. 2 points more damage for 5%, 5 less hit percentage. Really shouldn't bother. If you pick it up in the volcano, just sell it. Okay. I'm still gonna hold on to it for a bit. I would like cake, please. As long as... Hey. As long as nobody tries to rub the beef girl party. I should have bought another house. I might go back and do that. Hey, let's be real. Like, shout out to this guy's supply chain for even having all of this stuff available to sell to me when I ask for it. I'm not gonna ask about his supplier, but like, they're doing work. Hey, yeah, I fell off the back of a canoe. Why are you asking questions? Perfect! I have no complaints about this. Perhaps other than the fact that I spent too much money to stay at the inn. Okay, I now have more complaints. No poison? We were close. I don't need to get there, like, fully intact. I just want to not run through a bunch of my healing spells. Some of them is fine, just not, like, almost all of them. This is good! Yeah! Hell yeah! Why do I always do this? Everything in me wants to burn a multi-target spell to wipe a bunch of these out, but they don't hit that hard. So I think I use a level 1 spell. That works! They're imposing, but they're not that dangerous. And frankly, I'm not going to use those level 1 spells on damn near anything else, so... Works. Lovely. By the time I actually remember which way is the right way to go, we'll be done here. Okay, it's doing a little more damage than I'd like. I liked it better when they were doing 1 damage in the front. That's good. That's also good. That's great! Good turn. Good turn. Okay, this is good. just realizing I went back to town with all that money and I bought 2 attack spells for Vivi and did not buy soft. It's like you go to the grocery store for like milk, eggs, and bread, and you come out of there with none of those things, but it's like, yeah, but I bought this extendable rake handle and a kickstand for my cell phone. Good. We really used almost no healing on the way here. The only thing we really used consistently was Vivi's level 1 spells, which I do not give a shit about. Alright, we're gonna lose some HP because this is gonna scream at us for a bit. That's fine. This has not been one of the scarier encounters in this place. Though I'm admittedly a little frightened about what happens if we let the Wiz Ogre just kind of exist. Actually, this is one of the few things in here where I think Fire 2 might be effective. At least not specifically ineffective across the board. I'm getting kind of scared. The Wiz Ogre has kind of been a pushover every time I've seen him. And it's making me think that he's like back-pocketing just a nuke spell to bust out under the right circumstances. So I'm actually going to choose specifically to walk on the lava tiles, because I think that generally they will be less damaging than actually having to fight things. There's fucking nothing over here. Just some maintenance. Wait a minute. No. No, that's not correct. My brain auto-completed that to what it was supposed to be, but that says Cerebus. Could have been worse. Translated from Hellhound? That's reasonable! I honestly think that's reasonable. You know how weird Nintendo was about putting hell in their games at this point in time? So, okay. So we're just gonna... Just the whole thing, then. I mean, it hurts, but it's still not as bad as having to actually fight enemies. This is gonna suck, I can already tell. Ice him. It didn't suck. My read on the situation was incorrect. Might have sucked more if there was more than one. How are you? Every path was full of lava. What is wrong with you? Me showering in healing potions? I don't know what you're talking about. I can't feel a thing. Later Final Fantasy games put you in volcanoes, but they give you very deliberate and specific ways to avoid. Yeah, fire. Oh no, it's gray. It's the gray thing. Because it's you see, because it's gray. You know what? I'll take it. Oh, shit. We just need one more and a couch and and a camera, and we're all set. I think my favorite thing about it about the Grey Worm situation is that they are... There's two pieces of information, right? There's the name of the creature, and then there is the modifier, the adjective. Which is usually color, but not always. And what they have done is they have, usually there is enough space for one or the other in its entirety. And then a letter or two to denote the other one. So that gives us stuff like Grimp for Grey Imp. Or Groger for Green Ogre. And I know that those are imps and ogres. But then in this one, they choose to spell out the color, and then give us W for the name of the actual creature. So that is not giving us the name of the creature, which is important information, and instead giving us information about the color, which is wrong. I honestly have to assume there must be some reason that they are not consistently using... Like, in theory, they have 8... In theory, they have 8 characters to play with, right? I feel like there has to be something else going on. Why they're not using all 8 characters for names very often at all, even though they theoretically can. What the fuck is this dungeon? I would like to posit a theory. Xanaguy, thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you. We will not be finishing this evening, or this afternoon, as it were. So please join us next time. This is in an era where cartridge space was so tight, they were making the decisions to, like, cut individual lines of dialogue for cartridge space. Is it a situation where, like, they were literally tasked with keeping the names of things very, very short in order to fit everything on the cartridge? Because that would also help explain why your character names are only 4 letters. 4 letters is very short for a character name. Fire. Hit it. So that thing was called Agama, and I can only assume that the idea there was that it was magma, but with the letters rearranged. Oh! Actually... that is something that Ellipsis, that is something that I have run into frequently in my regular life here. I have filled out so many forms here. Are you fucking kidding me, wooden staff? In a volcano! Not only is it not useful, it's also improbable. I have filled out so many forms where they very deliberately say, list your entire name, like, first, middle, and last names. And then they give you 9 characters to do it. I have actually run into that many, many times here. Which is especially fun because the expectation is family name first, right? My family name is longer than my first name. So half the time, I don't get my first name into the thing at all. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Why? Fuck it. In their defense, it is actually red. I don't know that I'm gonna need this, but I feel like I might need this. Ooh! $73 on a critical hit is frightening. Oh. Those are big numbers. I like how big those numbers were. This is bullshit. I'm gonna run into that again, aren't I? No, it wasn't scripted. This, I don't like the look of this at all. Just hit it really hard before it does. Ah! Giant is Gigas. That makes sense, but it's also kind of cool because they actually bring Gigas back in later games. I think this is probably... What? Oh no, I thought that just going up would be like... Oh, this is so garbage! No! Please survive. Holy shit. Excellent timing for that, if I say so myself. That's exactly what I didn't want. The biggest hit against the least defense with the lowest HP. Kind of what I was trying to avoid. You think the heal potions will be overkill. And here we are, down half of them. I thought they had more HP than that. You know what'd be really sick? If fucking exit spell. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it! It only hit for like 9. I might be confusing them with Zombull from the Peninsula. That is a thing. Oh no. I don't think it's going to actually use fire. I think it's just going to hit really hard. Woo! That worked out. Yo, it's a little late, but I will fucking take it. Please tell me it does what it should do. Fuck, man! It reduces damage from ice attacks. That being said, its base stats are better than the steel. Its base stats are the same as the steel armor. It does the same amount of like core damage absorption. With significantly less evasion loss. So he does have multi-target magic. It was not as ruinous as I was expecting it to be, but it still hurt more than him just hitting Beef for 5 hit points. can't believe we're really going to use all of the heal potions in one dungeon. Because eventually one of these is going to be the boss. Presumably. I played the loot. It seemed like a good time. Alright, so we used 68 potions to get through this dungeon. However, we actually managed to preserve the majority of our actual, like, high-level spells. Is it you, the Tinder, that defeated the fiend of the earth and disturbed my sleep? I, Carrie, will now show you the force of fire. You shall burn in its flames. No, that's cool, though. So we're definitely going to cast a fire here. Hang on, I read something about this. Oh. There's an early spell that, like, effectively stuns her, but I didn't get it, so... Okay! Boy, I'm sure fucking glad that we healed up before this fight started and also saved all of our attack spells to use during it. So they say Fire Fiend, but I'm really getting more of like a... I'm really getting more of like a Shiva-styled, like, battle goddess thing. What happened to the Black Mage? The first turn. Yeah, he got hit for 236 damage on the first turn. And then that was that. I mean, sure, what's the harm? Ineffective. It was a little like that, but Vivi had less max HP to deal with it. Now, honestly, I need to not fuck around. That may not even be enough. Oh no, it was enough. Rip Vivi getting any XP for that. There's nothing here. Nothing here. Definitely not the entire point of the expedition. I didn't even need those fucking houses. I only needed exactly 68 healing potions. Plus however many more we need to get back from this place. So does Marilith have any, like, connection to any sort of, like, mythical or, like, fictional creature that... It's gonna be really fun when we find the ice armor that's effective against fire when we've already gone through the volcano. Also fun is that I spent 45,000 gold on steel armor that was made obsolete after half of one dungeon. Okay, 80% of the dungeon. I shouldn't be going this way. I will say, we haven't really geared up very much. Like, since we got here to this, like, river area. But we have picked up a couple of levels, and I feel like I'm starting to feel it. Like, it feels like some of these things were hitting a lot harder when we first got here. And in general, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't generally say that I have felt a huge amount of... Fuck it, let's try it. There are some games where, like, leveling up once makes a huge difference and you feel it immediately. Others, it's more subtle, and I feel like this is more subtle. Fall into crack! It was only on screen for a second, but it definitely said fall into crack, and then it said terminated. Oh, perfect. I would like the exit spell, please. Great. Yeah, believe it or not, I'll be selling this. The return is decent, at least. I mean, it's half. It just was an expensive item in the first place. What is the recommendation here? Okay. They're essentially both defense spells. Alright, that feels like a good place to stop. That's 2 orbs? And probably a decent place to walk around and grind a bit. Because I thought we were going to be done with that, but suddenly it feels necessary to do that again. I am expecting significantly less lava next time. Though, admittedly, I have not really been able to predict anything that this game throws at me at any point. So I would not put lava in the ice cavern past this. I wouldn't. Ugh. All right. Willow was nice when we raided them the other day, and they're still playing Breath of Fire. 5? So we'll go back there because there's not anywhere else that I particularly feel like going. I'm kind of into this, and I actually, like, have time for once. So I may stream again tomorrow. I know it's the weekend. But I'm having fun, so if I wake up and I'm not busy and I feel like it, you'll see me again tomorrow. Otherwise, probably day after. And then this is still over here waiting for its time. I don't think Final Fantasy 1 is especially long, so I do feel like we're, like, with the 2 orbs and everything, we're, like, approaching, if not past, halfway. Probably. Guess we'll find out. Night, everybody.